Yo!
What's up?
What's cracking, y'all? What's good, man? What's good, Max?
What's good, man?
Chilling, man.
What about people, man?
What's up, people? What's up, subscribers?
No, man. I'm talking about my people, man.
Who your peeps?
My people, man. Delilah, Rista, Bobby, Rebecca.
Alright, we gotta take them on a trip, man. What's up, man? Your people's in the house. Y'all don't know, I'm Cos-G.
K-Max, we have a very special, lovely guest.
Who we got?
Kimberly.
Hey, Kim, Miss Kim. And this is Unscripted Nonsense. In your face! What's cracking, y'all? What's cracking, man?
Like 3D effects, man.
Hey, man, right there.
So, yeah, I mean, it's always, and this should be our tagline, there's always a lot going on.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah.
It's been quite a hell of a week, but first...
Got a call on the bat phone. I was in the bat cave yesterday.
Hey, man.
Sure dropped some sad news.
You got a cherry red phone in your room?
Hey,
I got some other questions for you.
Hey, man.
You got cherry red.
Cherry red.
Analog phone.
Rotary dial.
Nah, did it just have the buttons?
Oh, this is dial.
Oh my God, that's even worse. So, if you got the reference from all of that, you know, we're definitely in reference to Adam West.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Passing to Adam West.
Let's give a moment of silence. Yeah, so, I mean, he was one of my earlier iterations of Batman outside being special guest on Scooby-Doo.
True.
And this was in the 80s. I'm dead serious. I mean, like, when I was a kid, in the 80s, it was, you know,
Pow, bang, biff.
It was Batman,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, and that's the same for me. It was like, you know, was raised off that stuff. You know, I grew up watching, my mom was a big fan of Batman. A lot of other comic book shows as well, but Batman was definitely one of the ones where sit down, watch Batman, chill for the day, probably see Eartha Kitt as Catwoman, Joker, Penguin, Mr. Freeze, the whole gang. So yeah, man, that was definitely an iconic guy. And he's the mayor on
Family Guy.
Mayor West, yeah.
He's man was a Family Guy. He was on Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, Adam West is quite, you know, he had fun with it. I mean, you go back and look at it and say like, damn, that's corny, damn, that's campy. Honestly, this recent Thursday, an older guy was saying like, oh, he hated it. And I'm like, how can you hate Adam West? I mean, I get it. He was an adult at the time. I was a child, but still, it was better. It was fun. I mean, in the '60s, you can't have a Dark Knight cracking in the windows and stuff. You know? Where is he? Easy, dude. Slapping people down or something.
Easy,
right.
That's easy, man.
Yeah, so, I mean, times are changing. That's why, you know, the whole scope of the Dark Knight series actually did come out to like mid-'80s. And that was Frank Miller. True indeed. So, we're talking about 20 years after that show has aired. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he was actually referencing Lego Batman movie, which was, and that will be out in about 2 weeks. Special edition.
On a Blu-ray note?
Yep.
Yeah, that's dope.
So that's coming out very soon on Blu-ray, so look out for that. But yeah, it was a little sad, you know, see him go. But he lived to be 88, and he lived pretty much a full life.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, very fulfilling career. Iconic person. Every role, you know, he played he leaves some memory of sort with you. So yeah, hats off, man. I mean, leukemia, cancer is a bitch, man. Fuck cancer. So
what about you?
Yeah.
I liked him on Family Guy. He was a bit of a pervert, was he?
He was a weird character.
Yeah,
weird pervert?
It was weird. He was just weird in general. It was
just off. Yeah.
The episode when Cleveland played the psychiatrist and he said like, you just saying the most ridiculous thing to get attention and go off and do it. It was like when he was doing Cleveland was playing a shrink.
Mm.
Yeah, and he pretty much called out his whole character throughout the whole series.
Yeah, so yeah, man, hats off to Adam West, man, and
Anything on the Batman?
Which Batman?
The Adam West Batman.
Oh, Batman. It was very courageous to wear those tights really well.
Yeah, they didn't wear body armor.
I never seen him make any tugs
the utility. Everything.
Right, but then like think about it, like modern iteration of costumes are all like this pseudo armor. And she's right.
Yeah.
I didn't check that, so he
was very masculine in his tights.
If she says it, I believe it. I mean,
and no one climbed the wall the way that he did. And always seemed to get there in the nick of time.
That's Batman.
Yes.
I think I saw one clip where he had a big bomb in his head. He was literally running on the beach trying to get rid of it. Like, man, it's hard to get rid of a bomb.
On the beach.
Oh, bro.
Yes. So yeah, man, so many stories, so much stuff going on, man. So yeah, much respect to Adam West, Batman, Family Guy, Scooby-Doo, everything.
I remember him on Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, he was a guest.
Vaguely.
Was he himself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was, yeah.
Definitely had all the guests and stuff on there, like Three Stooges and stuff like that. Yeah.
They had the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Now, definitely.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
They actually had Penguin on one of those episodes, if I'm not mistaken.
Penguin?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen it in so many years.
Yeah, that's a long time. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, but getting a little bit off track, we could talk about the 80s.
Right.
And how, in some ways, our 80s experience and, the comic book and things that we liked as a child are enhanced in today's world. And in other ways, they're slightly bastardized. And, 10 days? Yet the other iteration of Transformers coming out.
We won't get this particular story, which I really enjoy. It's All Hail Optimus. Is a background off the All Hail Megatron, which I think should be a movie where Megatron actually wins. And take over the universe and take over Earth and kill Optimus Prime, and so many other sub-stories develop from that development. So All Hail Optimus is pretty much his turn to rule. He got tired of all the wars and everything, and he just said, hey, I'm going to use the universal rule. Earth is under my control. I'm running the Earth. And it's funny, like, he got Autobots guarding the White House and stuff like that. So pretty dope story, man, but unfortunately,
I don't know, the last night it looked like it loosely want to touch that, but it looked like it's going in a totally wrong direction. It looked like they want to add in Unicron some way, and I don't know.
Which already is in it. Yeah.
It's very uneven, but then people don't realize, there's always that gray area with bad guy, good guy. You think Optimus, good guy, bad guy, Megatron.
Right.
But Megatron actually wanted their race to thrive and live and not be enslaved.
Very good point.
Right.
Yes. So I always consider, even as a child, I was like, this is kind of, Megatron's like the rebel. And he was against the government rules and everything. He realized what they was there for and how powerful they are, their potential. He was like, we're just not going to be moving stuff and doing all this stuff. We good. And he started a revolution, which was the Decepticons, and that caused the whole problem. Optimus Prime was really just a government official, enforcer. He was an enforcer.
A librarian.
Yeah,
right?
well, he was a librarian, and then he got his ranks up.
Yes.
And then he became like the enforcer of the Cybertronian laws and all that stuff. So, Autobots are really the cops.
Right. So I mean, you gotta look at it. I mean, even in a different context, a different universe. I was reading in the books, Star Wars. You said the Empire evil. Why are they developing plants that blow up whole planets? But unbeknownst to the general or the casual Star Wars fan, there are other intergalactic enemies that want to come in on their galaxy. So it was one of the things. It's a trope that you hear in a lot of movies. Like, we gotta protect ourselves. So they have a Star Killer. Maybe it wasn't such a terrible idea.
There's a lot of protection.
Megatron.
Megatron's a rebel, and he leaded his guys, and fight against crime. But we always had to think good versus evil, but never know what's good and what's evil. It's the whole thing flipped, like you said. So
I mean, it's all about context.
Right. Right.
Just like speaking of context, we Bill Maher, had another recent episode again. At one point,
this guy pissed me off.
I mean, in all fairness, it was one of my favorite shows.
Not mine. Never watched.
I mean, because he when I watch it, there is content that's being discussed that normally not discussed throughout the week, and so I like how it's brought out because it's things I learned, and I go back and look it up and like, damn, I didn't even realize this happened. And it used to be a lot more open, but I want to say in the past year or two, he's been on this real super leftist slant, and it's more it's more in line with corporatists than it ever has been. But I mean, for those who might not know or might not have heard, Bill Maher last Friday had a senator from Nebraska, and this was about the energy bill. And yes, as usual, Republican conservatives that loves America and love American jobs, they're talking about, energy reform that's going to kill jobs. No, only about 2% of the population work in coal mines. So I'm sorry, my heart don't go out to those people. One, it's super hazardous. I mean, they come back with weird cancers. They're in these confined spaces, and then on top of that, Captain Orange Face and companies trying to get rid of the health care that protects them.
Right.
On top of all that, and then it's like it's a major pollutant. So stop pushing old stuff and let's get with fusion, solar, stuff to take us into the future. And so the Nebraska senator was speaking like, you talk all this liberal stuff here. Why don't you come to the fields with us? And then return as a retort, Bill Maher said, "Work in the fields. I'm more of a house." And then he said it N-word. So, and then, it was you heard a couple of uncomfortable laughs in the background. You could probably still
laughs too.
Right.
It's online, you can see it.
Yeah, because I know HBO.
Or you could go to HBO. They took the episode off?
No, they edited that out. HBO. Oh, yeah. I mean,
does he say
HBO, Warner Brothers, the same people that took out Cop Killer and canceled KMD album for Black Bastards.
It was ballsy, man.
Warner Brothers.
They took the whole part out where he just said,
I think they edited it out. I haven't watched it because I saw the original.
Oh.
I think they probably just edited. I haven't seen the edited version, but I know the statement as of this time last week, they said future airings is going to be edited out. But you can't find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So this fast forward to this week, he had Michael Eric Dyson, who basically placated him the whole time as a borderline savior. And I'm like, I don't know about that one, dude. I mean, I don't know about that one. And then he also had Ice Cube on there, which is pretty interesting because in a way, Ice Cube, I don't know if that was staged, but Ice Cube had more that gangster persona. Because Bill was like, I apologize. But he apologized to me, I accept it. And there was a couple of things.
There was a lot of things he said. He said that type of attitude would not be allowed or tolerated by anyone. And he went through a whole analogy of like that word symbol. It's like a knife. Some people use it as a tool. Some people use it as a killing weapon. And when certain other people, races, use that word, we consider that as a killing weapon, regardless of who you are or what you are. So I think it was a good... Ice Cube kind of put him in his place, and you could tell because he was like squirming in his seat and stuff. He was very uncomfortable during the whole monologue. So it was like, hats off, man. Someone had to do it. Yeah, I'm glad Ice Cube did it.
But then ultimately, one thing that Michael Eric Dyson did say that I do agree with, no one should really be saying it because,
I agree with that too.
Ice Cube said that, but guess what? I mean, I go to any concert, any festival worldwide, and everybody from the Travis Scotts to the Schoolboy Q's to the Kendrick Lamars, nobody editing their lyrics. They're not editing or censoring themselves. They saying the lyrics exactly as you hear on the album. And sometimes it be a sea of just white faces. So unless that's going to change, because there's a few articles this year at Coachella. Experiences of
are they making the music for him?
But then it doesn't matter.
If it relates to, I mean...
It doesn't matter. These guys are selling hundreds of thousands of records.
Well, I have a
and
question.
Millions.
So if it's a real term that actually happened because there were a separation of black people who lived in fields versus black people who lived in the house, so why avoid it? Like it's not like it's unicorns. Like no one's ever really seen a unicorn, but we talk about it. But this term was real, and I mean it was enforced. It was almost like a policy, a plantation policy, a status, which is a whole other conversation into African American and black classism between our own selves. Like that's a whole other conversation. Right. But I mean, why do we avoid this term? Is it just that we avoid it in public, on TV, but then behind the scenes we can still say I'm a house blank and you a house blank?
Well, actually,
Kanye said it.
I never say the house feel blank. That's one. See, the whole thing I feel about the Bill Maher and the whole joke. The joke sound like a joke that he says, like in the kitchen,
like
amongst his people.
He said it flippantly.
And if you could really say that live on TV on HBO, where millions and millions of people are watching, then you say this word behind closed doors. It's not front. It's not a slipper.
Comfortable with it.
It's not a slipper. He's
in that liberal Hollywood. Yeah, I'm using the term liberal. He's in that Hollywood circle. He's dating Superhead or Karen Steffens. But then, like, the point is,
and then he claimed he's a house Negro. You're not even the real guy messing with.
I don't care about that. You know what? Because this is why we're not winning anything. Because everyone get caught up about that. I care about people that say they're Christian and they love America and they make policies. Well, I can't get jobs. Well, I won't make a living wage. Yeah, see? I don't care. But then those people never
it goes down. Always. That's the tip. Yeah, they know how to say it in different ways, but you still what it is.
Worse. I mean, Bill Maher said that. Did it affect my week? Did I get an extra bonus? Did I get time off? Yeah, we're pretty much, on the same path. There are things we still want to talk about.
Yeah.
So, and then that's for those who don't understand that this is a format. It's not anything that we may have notes for, verification purposes.
But it's unscripted, son.
Right, so things can get out of hand and we can go down different tangents.
Yeah, we might, never know where it might go.
Anyway, we want you to just take the information that we give and then you can do your own research.
Sure do. Yeah.
So that's all about. It's about conversation starting.
Yeah.
And potentially, hopefully, doing some critical thinking.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, we definitely recommend, I think we can all agree, see Wonder Woman.
Yeah, definitely. See Wonder Woman 2 times.
Yeah.
Own it.
Yeah, so we're not going to give away the major reveal, but there is a lot of symbolism in that movie, and it's very well made. Female director, that's her first movie since Monster.
Yeah.
With Charlize Theron, and that got her an Academy Award. So, And then to think, after all this, Warner Brothers don't even know if they're gonna have Patty Jenkins. They already signed on one deal.
Right. And they don't know if they're gonna use the director for the second one.
That's insane. But it is. But then
I'll put a clink on that because the way the other guys are moving, they might snatch her up and Captain Marvel.
They got the directors.
Yeah,
they got the directors for them already. It's a husband and wife team, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's dope.
Okay. The Marshalls?
No, not the Marshalls. I forgot who it was, but we can look it up. But it's a husband and wife team for Miss Marvel. But speaking of Marvel, unless you've been living on a rock or you don't care about the how can I say, lackluster NBA Finals.
Very lackluster. What's wrong with y'all?
I don't know, man. King Flopper.
King Flopper.
King Flopper, man.
King Flopper.
I mean, dude flopped on his own man the other day. I mean, any comparisons that people want to make that, you know, LeBron is like, you know, the greats like Kobe, Jordan, Magic, Elijah Wan, Dr. J. Any of those guys is highly erratic because, I mean, this guy been in how many finals? Some of his rings in the amount of finals don't add up.
It don't add up.
Like Charles Barkley.
No!
Let me out of this.
Terrible, Chuck.
That's terrible, Chuck. That's terrible.
But nah, man, I mean...
Nah, the comparison, stop comparing him. The only closest, let's just be real right here, the only closest player to Jordan is Kobe. And I only say that because Kobe studied this guy to mannerisms. Like, he walk on court, he might do the same thing Jordan did in game 15 or whatever.
Did he even do the chalk? Like,
he sometimes do the chalk, but you know, LeBron, he throw it up.
He throw it up
like,
you
know, come on, man. Look, stop comparing. He's an athlete. He's a good athlete. I like LeBron. You know,
actually, he's a really great person.
Yeah, he's a really great person.
A lot of good things.
Yeah, but still, just stop comparing him. Stop making him chase Michael Jordan because he don't have to do that. He could do his own thing and set his own path. He got a few rings, so it's cool. But don't make this big legacy thing out of something that was not really real.
Shame on you, NBA, for selling that to us. I mean, you keep trying to sell us this legacy. Yeah. And now you say that KD is good. But he was good in Oklahoma City.
He was always good.
Right.
He was always good.
Right.
And just put the whole limelight on one person, one player. It influenced the whole industry when you have other players intimidated to play against this guy. They lost their competitive spirit because everyone knows, all right, well, the king is going to win.
Yeah, and it almost like
just
the concede, like psychologically, just concede, just off the bat. That's crazy. Yeah. But I will say one thing though, getting back to the N-word. Yeah, I don't know if his place. Yes, LeBron James place.
That's right. That's right.
Vandalized with the N-word.
Yeah. That's
so
wow.
But then he still played. And he took it like a champ. Like off court, dude is cool. He's great. On court, nah. But the point being is, we need to stop getting that word so much power. And it's bad. Yeah, it makes you angry. Like I never want to be called that by anyone other than a friend. Hell, it's
sometimes not even a friend.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Not giving it so much power.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the thing. I mean, there's bigger things out there because.
But still, if you get it vandalized on your home, you still gonna.
No, you're pissed. I mean, right? You're gonna have some feelings, but even with that, that's why Ice Cube could drop death certificate now. Not only sonically does it still sound good, but it's still very relevant.
Yeah.
That came out in 1991.
Wow, I thought it was 92. That's 91.
No, I came out in 91 because I remember. Because it was UFC's, Black Sheep, and Death Certificate. Those were my three first albums I bought when I was in Europe that year. I was studying abroad. That's why I remember that. Yeah. It was from Germany. The store's called World of Music. I'm like, it's probably HHV now. But that's why I remember it came out in 91. But aside from that, I mean, we're still fighting dumb battles. We can't even sit back as a country and enjoy life. Because we were talking about NBA Finals, but Friday was a special day. Because this guy, Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Yes.
Shot.
Yes. I mean, he just unleashed a minute and 50 minutes of awesomeness.
A teaser trailer, which is like, dude, oh my God. Like, I saw the still frames and realized how many actors are really in this movie.
Good ones.
Yeah.
Everybody. Man, dude, it's so impressive.
You have Michael B. Jordan,
yes.
You have Angela Bassett,
yes.
You have Lupita Nyong'o.
Yes.
Of course, you have Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
Who's one of my favorite actors. I mean, the guy played James Brown really good. Mm-hmm. And he did a good job as Hank Aaron.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's a great actor. I mean, if you didn't know anybody, you would think that he is African, but he actually came from Africa, but he actually came from South Carolina.
True indeed.
But aside from, I believe so.
Yeah.
But even beyond that, it's always the details, the devil in the details, because it's about the whole picture and context. Again, context and understanding. The Black Panther, everyone talk about Iron Man, everybody talk about Bruce Wayne, but Black Panther is a borderline multi-billionaire.
Yeah.
His wealth
Royalty
is way more than Iron Man. Iron Man is a pauper.
Yeah.
So he's a pauper.
Yeah.
And technologically more advanced.
Yeah.
They have vibranium. They
Right.
Yeah, their own metals, man. He got his own stuff, man. So yeah.
His own stuff. And no one's allowed on the island. No one's allowed on the island.
You can't have none of that. No. You can't go there.
And I know it's always hard to get through, but I'm a fan of series, even though I haven't watched Iron Fist yet, so I'm gonna watch it before the finish comes. But the point being, Wakanda was actually introduced in one of the. Even I didn't like this movie. He was introduced in Iron Man too. Mm-hmm. They have Wakanda on back on the map.
Yep.
So it was like it was notated there, and that's kind of like bridging the whole thing with Iron Man, T'Challa, and the whole thing. So it's a pretty interesting contrast, and it's just crazy,
The visual's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's like Coming to America meets like a Marvel comic. Like, oh my god.
There's a new series out. I mean, there's very series. I mean, you had this original one by Jack Kirby, and then you have several other series from the guy that does Deathstroke. Mm-hmm. He has a series where Black Panther is more like Punisher.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yikes!
I think they made him legitimate. Like, they didn't make him weak. They didn't make him get beat up unnecessarily, incessantly. They made him strong and powerful.
He's the king.
Worthy of the vibranium that they mined.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
So,
Very badass.
Very badass. And it looks like they're gonna get into complete mythology where there's part of the soil and the vibranium. It's like a mixture, like a medicine man sort of thing. That was the Forrest Whitaker character that you saw Flash, and that's what helped him with powers. Black Panther is empowered even without the suit.
Yeah, as you can see in Civil War.
Yeah, I mean he was taking blows from the soldier.
Yeah, with no suit on.
Yeah,
what?
So it's a man without the suit.
Jump down that flight of stairs with no suit on.
Another ironic story angle. If you look at contrast, Iron Man had to prove himself without the suit.
Yeah, that's
Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
And
the Civil War. He had a couple scenes he was fighting without
the suit.
Yeah.
But then it was a suit. But then is he a man or without the suit? So the Iron Man 3 really delved into that.
Yeah.
And also we're gonna soon find out with Spider-Man Homecoming coming out 3 weeks, and look out for a special edition of that. Because it would be 55 years of Spider-Man come August.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a different location and be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, we got something special for us.
But getting back to the Black Panther, the whole thing about it technologically advanced, it was it's a new series that's currently out where it tells you about the unrest and all the different people who's in the country that necessarily doesn't want T'Challa to win, and you can get into all that. Because it's one part where one of the kids, I forgot he was from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something, somebody's cousin, and he's like PhD level here, and he goes up to Wakanda, and he goes study, thinking like, yeah, I'm PhD, and I'm a teen, and those kids were doing particle physics. Right. So I mean, right.
Back of the line, cuz.
Right. So I mean, it's a lot of things that's going into it, and even with that, I mean, it's the whole thing, and this is why I do kind of not like when I go back to influence. I don't like what Bill Maher and other people are doing, and even casual conversation people, dismissing the comic book. What they're putting in these storylines is really deep and thought-inducing. I mean, can you imagine a movie, people like talking about driverless cars. In Logan, they were driverless trucks.
Right.
Now there's a Tesla semi coming out, running off of AI.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how, in Black Panther that they already have, ships that levitate everything, and they're using fusion power. But the Department of Energy lab, the SLAC National Laboratory, has an X-ray laser that can now separate electrons from the atoms. And who knows what kind of energy you can get from those types of things. I mean, this is what I love. I love physics. I love science. But the point is the imagination. When you're thinking about something other than just getting money, other than just slapping it up and just every little petty thing, race. And this is the thing that kind of gets me. We talking about all these great things about movies that sounds awesome. If you have not seen it, go to Marvel on YouTube or just Google Black Panther trailer. Go see it. It's definitely dope. We can't even enjoy that.
Why?
Why? Because we're in America. And people get mad. You can follow CH_K-Max, or you can just Google. And they're saying Black Panther, he's too militant.
He's too militant sitting in that chair.
He's holding no guns.
Well, he should be militant. He's the leader of a country, of a country.
No, he can't. You can't. Not in America.
Well, that's not America.
He has no guns, no weapons, no.
Sovereign
He's not American. He's doing that. He's going to invade them.
Wakandian.
That's what happened in Libya. I bet you don't use a petrodollar either.
There's a word for when you think that your country is the greatest country over any other country. I forgot what that word is.
Hubris? Idiocy?
Solipsism? Is that what it is? When you think that your own country is the greatest ever. We'll have to Google that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I like the comparison of the poster with the Huey P. Newton Black Panther poster, and you know what, they can say all they want, man, but dude, it's messages within messages within messages within messages within messages. If you don't like it, sit your ass down. You don't have to watch it, and that goes with anything. Nothing. He's sitting in a throne, no weapons, no nothing in hand. It don't look offensive, look militant, just look like a king that sits on his throne. You could have Game of Thrones where you have the king chop someone's head off and kill a whole squad, kill a whole family including babies, and sit on their throne and everyone watch the show.
The dragons, man.
And the dragons, man.
The dragons are
dragons burning down villages and robbing people as well, and then you can sit in your throne and everyone happy. So don't give me that. I'm not here for that. Don't.
Even the worst part of it all is my whole thing is ignorance, flat out ignorance. One, I mean, this is why influence is important. Whether we watch, because I wholeheartedly from the bottom of my heart cannot stand Tommy Lauren, but she got millions of viewers.
Is she still on TV?
No, she got fired for Blaze, but she's still getting paid. But no, she does her on Facebook. She got millions of followers on Facebook. She don't need the TV. She don't need the TV anymore. But then people follow no matter what. She fought on the toilet, and that get 500 million views. So the point being is, because we got a Twitter argument last year when the Black Panther documentary came out. This is why I say ignorance. One, Black Panthers was not a terrorist group. They were a community group that was a reaction to terrible police and social policies against their community. Mm-hmm. So read up on them, actually learn who they are. The FBI vilified them to make them seem like they were terrorists, but really, because then at first you used to do open carry in California.
Why are you arguing with her about what the Black Panthers are?
Because I made a comment, she responded. That's why. Because I want the truth to be out. If eyes get to that and they see it and then they go back.
I don't think if you express the truth to a person like that she's going to.
But then she's not the only one with eyes on that though. It's more people. It's not just I didn't inbox her. It was out there in Twitter.
I understand.
So if people sit up there looking at it like, oh, I did not know that. then you go and do your own research. And then, a lot of people don't. I mean,
some people choose ignorance because it's comfortable for them. They're comforted in their
How
ideas.
ignorant are you to think that the Black Panthers Party was a terrorist?
my grandmother thought they were a terrorist group. What are you talking about? I think of my family, That's because,
Misinformed.
Some people
a lot of people are misinformed,
tells them.
There's people, you can go downtown right now, well-to-do areas, and you be in a room with, like you think people be on the level, and they're not. They will repeat the same thing. You be amazed. That's the thing. Everyone exists in their cube, and no one's like expanding the conversation outside and think like everyone is not on the same page.
That's because it's like the Matrix. The Matrix couldn't be truer. Some people are plugged in. Some people don't want to be unplugged. They don't want to know the truth. Cypher wanted to go back in the Matrix.
That's true.
He didn't want to know the truth.
Yeah.
That's just in real life. Some people don't. The truth is there, but some people don't want to digest it.
That's unfortunate, y'all.
Yeah.
Don't be a cipher, man.
But I mean,
If you are,
I'm
okay,
trendy,
I guess so.
So, but then like it become problematic when you got a guy who's been proven obstruction of justice and done a lot of like egregiously idiot things. Yeah, people, every time I come from work, people are posing in front of a tower, all races, ages. And they just, it's unbelievable. Like, even with all the facts, you still subscribing to dumb stuff. And then, like I said, I mean, the comments on the Black Panther, people like, oh, well, why is Mama doing that? Just like they were mad about, the race changes. They were mad. I mean, they were trying to say everybody tried to minimize Luke Cage's impact, and it still is one of the highest viewed series on Netflix.
Luke Cage
period.
broke the internet.
That's a fact.
That's
That is not conjecture. That's not because I love it personally. That is just a fact.
I have friends that have to wait to watch it online because he broke the internet, bro.
How many black superheroes do we have?
Good question.
Not many.
Not many.
So yeah, that one's going to be popular, and he's bulletproof.
Yeah.
He literally is bulletproof.
Not only that, the cast is spectacular. The imagery is just awesome and
yeah.
very powerful. That's what the problem is. You just can't see this much power and you're not comfortable with it, just like anything else. So just deal with it. Shut the hell up, watch the movie, or don't watch the movie. I'm going to watch the movie. I think these guys going to watch the movie. So I'm not worried about it.
But I am worried about rampant ignorance. That just bugs me to no end. Because when you live like that, ignorance do affect people. You go and vote for a guy who cares nothing about you because he rode on the rail line to 95th with you. You do things, you trash your area, you do things that just counterproductive. You rob people that's trying to help the community so you maybe get an opportunity and have a job and you don't have to rob people. Maybe, I mean, it's all thematic. People are going to inherently be bad, but we can still be better than what we are now. And that's my thing. There's no such thing as utopia. My primitive brain, whatever. There's no such thing as utopia. But it can be better. And that's where I stand. That's why I feel the way I feel about things.
I agree with that. I'm not going to argue with that. It could be better. But you just it's up to the people to make it. It's up to you. It's up to everyone. If you can influence one and that one can influence another, then keep it moving. But it's like Diana, hey, it's the people, man. I don't know what to say, man. What you gonna do? Kill everyone that's bad? I mean, you can't just individually do that. So it's up on the individual self to do that.
And that's called story arc too.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that because someone saying that, it wasn't enough action, but I'm like, what are you talking about?
What, Wonder Woman?
Yeah, it was these are real comments. I don't make it up, but that's the point.
It's the origin story.
Yeah, it's the origin story. But the dialogue was very entertaining as well. I mean, like literally from beginning to end, I laughed. I was intrigued. It was really good.
But what about the character arc? She went from a wide-eyed, idealistic, wannabe superhero save the world to like, wait a minute, maybe I'm about to reel this in and give a better sense. But then not supposed to. But then people miss that because apparently everybody retrogress. I mean, instead of growing and saying like, "Damn, man, what we did was terrible." Yeah. wallow in it now. It used to be you wanted to get out of the muck. Now you just dancing in it.
Put the umbrella up,
right.
lemonade.
Yeah, drinking out of it. Yeah.
Misery love company, and they really know how to accommodate nowadays. So I mean, that's been for years. It's like, it's not, I don't even think it's a settled thing where you're just in the effed up. Remember we was on the train, the dude said he was 50, he never made it past downtown?
Yeah.
Like that was a literal conversation that, we overheard the other day. Yeah. It was.
And whose fault is that?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's the individual.
I look at him like,
that's how I looked at him. Yeah, that's how I looked at him like, dude, there's no excuse.
There's no excuse.
There's no excuse, dude. He didn't know a State Street, like some common street like downtown, State and Lake or something. And I was like, dude, serious?
It's either his own fear or his own ignorance.
Yeah.
Either way, he's in control of both of those things.
And that was another whole message. A lot of stuff, worshiping, craving symbols, swords, and that was a powerful statement. Like, that wasn't a God killer. You're the God killer.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But she caught on really fast.
Oh, man, I hope so. I mean, like,
like I'm saying, like in other movies, when there's a big reveal, of something that she's been taught her entire life, and then she finds out that it's this truth, they usually have this moment where they're just like, what? She was just like, all right, I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna go.
All right, cool. All right.
Still was a red shot. So.
Yeah, so, next bit is, just some quick tidbits. Last week it was the Apple event, the WWDC, and they unveiled new hardware. They're going to be new app heavy. They're going to deal with a lot of Thunderbolt 3. The new iMacs are going to have a quad-core super chip in it with 3 fans. I don't know how you have a sealed encasing with a quad-core chip. That could melt through the metal, but hey, it's that. Everything's going to be faster. They're going to come with fusion drives. So, be on the lookout for all that. Or you can go to apple.com or just Google Apple WWDC 2017 and get up on all the new iPhone. Be on the lookout for iPhone 8 and the new iPad minis and several other things. And also, on a really lighter note, Rick and Morty. We're still highly anticipating season 3, and Daylight Curfew, who collaborates mainly does a lot of clothing and fan gear with Run the Jewels, among others. Yeah. They did a collaboration with Run the Jewels, and by the way,
shout out to Run the Jewels.
That's their music in the background of Black Panther.
Ha! Sure is. Yeah. Killer Mike. Well, Mike.
Yeah. So it's a Rick and Morty where Rick is holding the jewels and Rick is holding the gun and Morty holding the jewels. It's really dope. So you should definitely go to Daylight Curfew and Run the Jewels. It's pretty dope. Actually, Rick is holding his I forget what he called it. It's not a phase gun. It's
the time.
It's the war dimension. It's dimension. Yeah. So again, this for those who are not familiar, Rick and Morty is a spin on Back to the Future. The old professor and the young kid, and you should really check it out. It's an Adult Swim series. It's really funny. It's on point.
Pretty know about Rick and Morty, but check it out.
And then the Rickmobile was here. Apparently, it was at Wrigley Field the first week, so we missed out on that. But it's doing a national tour. It will be at Comic-Con in 2 weeks, and it will end up at New York Comic-Con in New York in October. So you definitely want to check that out as well. So, it's that. Bunch of shows here coming. This weekend you're gonna have Spring Awakening. Next week you're gonna have Conway the Machine and
Westside Griselda. We're gonna have Conway, Westside Gun,
and Reggie's.
Benny. What up, Benny?
And then the next week we got Freddie Gibbs.
What's up, man?
Freddie Gibbs at the Metro.
Yeah, what up, Fred?
We
got him kicking it.
That's just the beginning. And after that, you have Mommy Fest for Thundercat.
Yeah.
You got Saba.
Yeah.
You have who else? I think think Catch Night's coming back.
Oh.
No, Catch Night's coming. I think Catch Night doing Lollapalooza this year.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, like, you know, definitely, there are a lot of the cities do 312 and everything and all types of stuff where you can go check
Yeah,
it
they're
out.
gonna have the alley parties and activated
Yeah.
alley parties, all that stuff as well.
So, we want to thank you all for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yes. Subscribe if you like the shit you're hearing and
Comment.
seeing. Comment, subscribe, share it, tell everybody about the new Unscripted Nonsense.
Yeah, and then spread the word. I mean, we want people to listen. We want people. I mean, don't worry. We're big. We're grown folks.
Yeah,
so
I can take it.
it's no thanksgiving. I mean, I've been told a lot of things in real life. But the point is, subscribe,
Yeah.
comment,
Yeah.
share it,
Yeah.
and you know, pretty much find you on the social media.
Oh yeah, you can find me at Southside Cos-G at Instagram and King of Slaps 95 on Twitter.
And you can find me at CHI_KMax on Instagram.
Word.
And KMax_Chicago and on Twitter. Hit me up.
You can find me on Pink Sparkly on Instagram.
Yeah, definitely.
There's some sparkle somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Man, we need a production budget.
Yeah.
So this is Unscripted Nonsense.
Yes sir. Cos-G.
KMax.
Mystique.
Word up. In your face, Unscripted Nonsense, man. Till next time, 2 fingers. Keep it live. Keep it whatever.
Keep living, keep learning.
Yeah.
Have fun in between.